Hello everyone! In this episode, we'll be taking a look at the Inves monsters of the Helheim Forest from Kamen Rider Gaim. This is a supplementary video for the 101 fact video we previously released, and you'll find some info here that wasn't included there. If you haven't watched that yet, we recommend it because it covers everything about the show except for the monsters, which we're going to talk about here. The number of monsters in Gaim is actually pretty low. The shows that lean more into writer versus writer conflicts tend to show a larger roster of writers than monsters. That said, the amount of care and detail that has gone into the Inves and Overlords is surprising, and the research into the methodologies surpasses most writer shows. Honestly, it's one of our favorites. There are actually a number of overlapping motifs with the Inves and the writers, but in general they are based on either real or mythical animals. Just like the armored riders in the series, there are three types of Inves, each with a designated color and design style. Blue, which is Japanese, red, which is European, and green, which is Chinese. Each of these styles had a different designer, Tomotsu Shinohara, Nishi, and Akihiro Yamada, respectively. It was the first time that the latter two had done design work for a tokusatsu show. Aside from that, there are also three different types of Inves: low level, advanced, and evolved, which transform by consuming a lock seed. Firstly, let's look at the low level Inves. The Helheim Forest is presented as an alien infestation slowly spreading onto Earth, so the low level Inves are reflected in a motif of eggs and larvae. Originally they had a much cuter design, but after reading all the heavy developments within the scripts, the designs were changed to be much closer to being scary, without actually crossing that line. The low-level Inves are also coated in the previously mentioned colors, but this has no significance other than the variations of the minion army. They also had the ability to open up their shell to reveal two horrific mouths and a skull, but this was barely utilized in the show. Let's move on to the advanced Inves that are based on the constellations, known as the four symbols in Chinese mythology. These all belong to the green category. Firstly, the Bianco Inves, or the White Tiger of the West, represents autumn. Although its name is never said in the show, it needed one during production, so it was named Bianco Inves. Yamada, the designer, drew inspiration from bronze statues, which is why it has this green hue. Thanks to this design, it was decided to continue with the four Chinese constellations themes with further monsters. The suit was remodeled for use in episodes 13 and 14 as the Hecky Jaw Inves. The next to appear was the Seiryu Inves in episode 8, based on the Azure Dragon, a blue-green dragon of the east, which represents spring. Azure in Japanese is Soryu, written like this, which are the characters for blue and dragon. Seiryu uses the more common version of blue and a different reading of the dragon kanji. The design features an elongated neck folded into an S shape to provide a physical length that you would normally see in classic depictions of this type of dragon. The design, however, also took into account the visibility of the suit actor. The evolved version of this Inves becomes a full-fledged depiction of an Asian dragon. Yamada noted that it was a difficult creation, but he enjoyed creating it. Jinjoo is based on the vermilion bird, the southern of the four symbols. Rather than being an overlord, he was originally designed to be the Suzaku Inves, which is why they took Suzaku and translated it into the overlord language as Jinjoo. And of course, Suzaku is also the word for the vermilion bird. His sword is the Dengo Shuimu, which means snake sword or jaken in Japanese. The weapon was added as an element that would show intelligence. To represent the fire element, Yamada colored Jinjoo's feathers red. Shinmugurun is another overlord and is the last of the Chinese constellations. Genbu, the black tortoise of the north. Despite its name, it is not only a tortoise but also a snake entwined. After some deliberation, the designers decided to depict the snake on the shell in a spiral with its head protruding next to the turtles. In episode 40, all four constellation monsters were gathered together to appear in Kota's dream, where he was turned into an Inves. The Bianco Inves, which was remodeled into the Hecky Jaw Inves, was changed back to Bianco for this scene. Speaking of, let's talk about the Hecky Jaw Inves, which was the result of Hase eating a Helheim fruit. The Hecky Jaw are benevolent Chinese deities that would defeat demons in drawings. The reason it was repurposed for the Bianco Inves lies in the fact that they were both humans turned into Inves. Due to production issues, only the arms and shoulders and head were changed. Let's move on to Blue Inves with the Sheikah Inves. Based on a deer, the general design is inspired by the depiction of flames in Japanese art. Since these early monster designs are typically used in stage shows, the design was made as flashy as possible as to not affect the necessary design downplays for stage show costumes. Once the first design was done, Yamada thought it looked too much like the deer undead from Kamen Rider Blade, and made modifications. Then we have the Komi Kitty Inves, which is based on a long-horned beetle. It was the idea selected for an Inves that could fight on par with Sheikah arms. The Japanese influence is very noticeable in what appears to be a Jinbaori robe, just like the one Jinba Arms wears. Shinohara, the designer, had already started working on Toku, so he wasn't entirely pleased with this particular design. Now we're moving on to Red Inves with the Komori Inves. A staple for every rider show at the beginning is, of course, a bat monster, and this one is designed like a Western-style bat. After its initial appearances, it was remodeled into the Yagi Inves, and its subsequent appearances were made via CGI. The Lion Inves is basically a Western-style lion. It was designed specifically to showcase the Sonic Arrow and Lemon Energy Lockseed used for Jinba Lemon arms. The Yagi Inves was a Western-style goat. Its costume used parts of the Komori Inves, but integrating Demushu's Vine-Light Karakusa pattern. Demushu is an overlord, so let's talk about overlords. Much like the regular Inves, the overlords also adhere to the color motif, and the ones in charge even have names that are derived from those colors. Roshio is Hakua, or chalk. Demushu is Shinku, or crimson. And Redue is Hisui, or jade. The summer movie also provides Lapis, whose actual name is Shamubishe, or Konbiki, the word for azure. The first overlord to talk about is their king, Roshuo, who was the previous winner of the Golden Fruit. He was one of the few monsters in the show to be colored in white. As he wouldn't be doing any hand-to-hand combat, he had a large feudal lord design from Tomotsu Shinohara, which impeded the suit actor's ability to move. Other inspirations for Roshuo are tree roots and squids. His oversized sword is the Joy Shuimu. Then we have Demushu, who is red. Designed by Nishi, Urobuchi planned to have Kaito deliver the final blow to Demushu, but it would have weighed down the introduction to Kiwami arms, so this was changed to Gaim delivering the final blow. His sword is called Shuimu. Then there's Redue, who, according to the Masked Rider EX Official Rider Magazine Volume 1, is female. The initial proposal was a design with strong influences of the motherhood instinct variety. The final design reflects this with the feminine form that Redue has. Kenjiro Suda, who voices Redue, also incorporated this into his voice. The design scenarios indicated that mythologies of many cultures had their origins in Inves, so Akihiro Yamada integrated the myth of a butterfly he read about in the design. And although lacking a monster design, Lapis is actually an overlord exclusive to the summer movie, portrayed by Taketo Tanaka. He transformed into Kamen Rider Kamuro, a Japanese-style rider with a helmet resembling the one worn by Japanese ruler Toyotomi Hideyoshi. He was best known for ending the war that was known as the Sengoku era. This motif is fitting since his role in the movie was to stop the war for the Golden Fruit. There's also Grinsha, whose name is the overlord transliteration of the word Bekele, which means cow in the Tohoku dialect. He was designed by the now former Nitro Plus employee Chuo Higashiguchi. His design incorporates samurai motifs, Jomun poetry, and the circle on his back is inspired by the light halos seen in representations of Buddhist holy figures. The queen, who is by default really also colored in white, just like the king, has no real actual monster design for herself, but she was portrayed by Japanese actress Hiromi Iwasaki, the wife of Mero Yoshida, the actor who played Kamen Rider Bravo. Finally, Lord Baron. Lord Baron's design kept in mind the power balance between him and Gaim. They borrowed two obvious elements, which was the Kamen Rider Baron helmet shape and the Team Baron red jacket, the latter being suggested by producer Naomi Takebe. His sword, the Guromba Ryamu, is a repaint of Demushu's sword. The sword name in Japanese is, fittingly, Baron. In addition to all of this, There were also different monsters that were not classified as Inves or Overlords, which have appeared in the TV series and movies. One of which is Koganei, also known as Kamen Rider Mouse or Jam. He was neither Inves nor Overlord, but is instead a personification of an artificial golden fruit created by the Overlords themselves. The Moga, also known as a Mole Roid, appeared in the Toku vs. Kamen Rider Gaim Spring Special. After the appearance of the original Tiger Roid and the refined design of the Yamarashi Roid, Shinohara designed the Moga Roid with the organic and mechanical parts clearly separated to bring out the Bada monster vibe. Since the monster is able to open Helheim cracks, he made the arms very large and made the blades look like zippers. The head design was made so the monster looks like it's wearing a helmet and goggles. The Naga Chigen, or Grasshopper Monster, appeared in the summer movie, the tie-in episode, and in the final episode as Kamen Rider Jam's minion. The Naga Chigen is not an Inves, but the suit itself is a redress of the Komi Kitty Inves. The chestplate and head are purposefully designed to look like a Showa Kamen Rider. With that all being said, which of these monsters did you like best? There's a lot of fantastic ones to choose from. Let us know in the comments below, and be sure to like and subscribe to watch our weekly fact videos. Thanks for watching,